Here are the heavy metal news for the last week of January 2010. Despite System of a Down bassist Shavo Ojasian's recent online teases, fans should not count on seeing the band again in the near future. System of a Down has been on hiatus since 2006, while its members have pursued various personal projects. This information was confirmed by System of a Down's vocalist Sertankian. A new Dream Evil song entitled Immortal is available for streaming on the band's MySpace page. The track comes off the Swedish metaller's new studio album entitled In the Night, which is being released via Century Media Records. Veteran German hard rockers Scorpions will release their final studio album Sting in the Tail in North America on March 23rd via Universal Music Enterprises. The CD was recorded at the studio in Hanover, Germany with Swedish producers Mikael Nord Andersson and Martin Hansen, the team behind the Rasmus Dead Letters CD. Black Label Society has been re-signed by Roadrunner Records exclusively for the European territory. The band's as yet untitled studio album is due for release this summer. Florida metallers Trivium entered the studio last week to record a new song entitled Shattering the Skies Above, as well as cover version of Sepultura's Slave New World. Finnish power metallers Kiwas have finished mixing and mastering their fourth album for an April 1st release via Spinefarm Records. The CD was produced at Sonic Pump Studios in Helsinki by Janne Juutseniemi, who previously worked with the band on the pre-production of their last album. Swedish death metallers Syndrome, formerly known as Black Breath, recently entered Nevi Studios in Sundsvall, Sweden to begin recording their debut album with Flesh Unbound. The CD, which is being engineered and mixed by the band members themselves, is tentatively due this spring via Vicky Solum Productions. W.A.S.P is currently working on a video for the song Crazy, taken from the band's latest album Babylon. The CD was released in Europe on October 12th through Global Music and was made available in the US on November 17th. Legendary death metallers Master recently completed recording their 10th full-length album entitled The Human Machine for an early 2010 release via Pulverized Records. Through a unique collaboration between Marvel Studios and Columbia Records, AC/DC's music will be featured in Marvel Studios' Iron Man 2, the sequel to the 2008 blockbuster film. In addition, Columbia Records will release the album AC/DC Iron Man 2 on Monday, April 19, 2010. AC/DC Iron Man 2 features 15 classic AC/DC songs selected from 10 of the band's studio albums, ranging from 1976 to 2008. And also about AC/DC, Andy Copping, the organizer of the UK's Download Festival, has told XFM's Rock Show that a possibility exists that AC/DC will celebrate the 30th anniversary of his landmark album Back in Black by performing the LP in its entirety when they headline this year's event. Canadian thrash metal veterans Annihilator are looking for an experienced, skilled, professional bassist. Applicants must be able to commit 100% to the band, be available for extensive global touring from April 2010 onwards, preferably a resident of Canada, and have touring experience. The audition song will be Phantasmagoria, which can be heard on the band's MySpace page. For further information, please visit the band's MySpace page or check out their official webpage. American-Norwegian melodic metallers Camelot have issued the following update. Camelot has enlisted renowned photographer Francisco Serralvo to chronicle the upcoming European tour that kicks off March 25, 2010 in Charleroi, Belgium, and runs throughout Western Europe until April 17th. The footage will be part of a future DVD release, Camelot's first live DVD since the critically acclaimed of One Cold Winter's Night. Norwegian black metallers Immortal have issued the following update. All Shall Fall was nominated for this year's Spellemannsprisen here in Norway, our equivalent of the US Grammy. The band didn't want to be part of that and rejected the nomination. All Shall Fall was released on September 25th in Europe and October 6th in North America via Nuclear Blast Records. The mighty Megadeth will join forces with Testament and Exodus for a month-long jaunt that will find these thrash titans crisscrossing the United States on the Rust in Peace 20th anniversary tour. These will be incredibly special shows that will delight Megadeth fans, as the band will be playing their landmark, genre-defining album 1990's Rust in Peace in its entirety, in addition to other Megadeth setlist favorites. Swedish modern metal godfathers Soilwork have just announced a series of special live-in-studio web streams throughout the months of February-March, covering the recording process of a band's new album, The Panic Broadcast. In collaboration with Ustream.tv, Soilwork will become the second band on Nuclear Blast Records to broadcast its efforts in the studio in real time to fans across the globe. The first live stream was on January 28th. A brand new Elevate song entitled Kingdom Come Undone is available for streaming on the band's MySpace page. The track comes off the Swiss folk metal group's new album Everything Remains As It Never Was, which is scheduled for release on February 19th via Nuclear Blast Records. Doro, the band led by German metal king W.A.S.P, has announced the addition of former After Forever guitarist Bas Maas to the group's ranks. Paradise Lost's previously announced Australian tour with Sirenia has been postponed until later this year. The new dates will be announced as soon as possible. Ticket holders are advised to hold on to their tickets until the new dates are announced, at which stage tickets will be transferred to the new date. French death metallers Gorod have entered the studio to begin recording material for a new EP to be released before the summer. The disc will include a 14-minute long new song, 1 acoustic track, 1 cover and 2 re-recorded old songs from the band's first 2 albums. 2 new songs from French dark death metallers Bloody Sign, Down to Hell and For the Unknown are available for streaming on the band's MySpace page. Both cuts come off the group's 3rd full-length album Chaos Echoes, which will be released in February via Blood Harvest Records. Norwegian Gothic metallers Tristania have entered the studio to begin laying down their new album for a spring-summer release. Song titles set to appear on the new Tristania CD include Patriot Games, Year of the Rat, The Emerald Piper and Sirens. David Priest of OnTrackMagazines.com recently conducted an interview with vocalist Simone Simons of the Dutch symphonic metal band Epica. During the chat, Simone revealed that she is planning on working on material for a solo album. Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society and Ozzy Osbourne band paid tribute to the late great Le Ball this past Monday night, January 25th, at the Iridium Jazz Club in New York City. Wylde's setlist was as follows: T-Bone Walker, Stormy Monday Blues, Jimi Hendrix, Little Wing, Leon Russell, A Song for You, Black Label Society, The Blessed Hellride, Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child, and Cream, Sunshine of Your Love. Iraqi heavy metal band Akrasi Kauda made its US live debut on January 21, 2010 at Brooklyn, New York metal dive bar The Charleston. The group played a 45-minute set in front of friends and family, including Testament guitarist Alex Skolnick, who produced Akrasi Kauda's upcoming EP. Rammstein will release a new single in the US on February 9th entitled Ich tu dir weh, exclusively through iTunes. The follow-up single to the controversial Pussy single video Ich tu dir weh is taken from the Berlin-based band's critically acclaimed 6th studio album Liebe ist für alle da. According to the Pulse of Radio, Joe Berry from Aerosmith reportedly asked Paul Rodgers if he would be interested in replacing Steven Tyler in Aerosmith. If you live in Germany, Austria, or Switzerland, you can now listen to Rob Zombie's new album Hellbilly Deluxe 2. Check out their official webpage for more information. In Flames, Killswitch Engage and Sonic Syndicate are amongst the artists who were honored at Bandit Rock Awards on January 29th at Tyrol in Stockholm, Sweden. Finnish rock cello quartet Apocalyptica has entered Sonic Pump Studios in Helsinki to begin recording its new album for a spring-summer release. Long-running Italian extreme metallers Necrodeath will celebrate their 25th anniversary by releasing a covers album entitled Old Skull. The CD, which is due on February 5th, features guest appearances by members of influential Italian thrashers Bulldozer and former members of Schizo. Canadian extreme metallers Cataclysm were honored recently at a performance in Stuttgart, Germany, with a plaque commemorating their 15-year relationship with Nuclear Blast Records. Cataclysm are currently in writing mode, working on the follow-up to their 2008 release Prevail. And now for the festivals. German melodic metallers Edgeguy will support the Scorpions on the German leg of their upcoming tour. Raven and Hellspells have been confirmed for this year's edition of the Wacken Open Air Festival, set to take place August 5th to 7th, 2010 in Wacken, Germany. Ensiferum, Virgin, Ragnarok and Ragnarök have been confirmed for this year's Ragnarok Festival, set to take place April 30th to May 1st, 2010 at Ostbayernhall in Ried and Gröth, Germany. Swedish metallers In Flames will be headlining Metal Town in Gothenburg June 19th and Harvika Festival in Arvika July 16th. Motorhead, Europe, Decide, Vader and Aggressive Chill have been confirmed for the Getaway Rock Festival set to take place July 8th to 10th, 2010 in Gävle, Sweden. Europe, Sick of It All, D.A.D. and Hardcore Superstar are among the confirmed bands for this year's Peace and Love Festival set to take place June 28th to July 3rd in Borlänge, Sweden. Suicidal Tendencies and Slayer have been confirmed for this year's Sweden Rock Festival set to take place June 9th to 12th, 2010 in Sölvesborg in southern Sweden. And this finishes our review of heavy metal news for the last week of January 2010. Have an awesome week and see you next week.